Hey folks, welcome back to Real Estate Investing Unmasked. Today we're going to answer a question by another viewer. Alright guys, so one of you had reached out in one of the comments down below and asked, how do I find a good book on real estate investing? And I will give you advice that I've given to many people. When I first started in real estate, the very first thing I did was I went onto Amazon. Now, Amazon.com in 2003, 2002 was more still of a bookstore than anything else. Nothing like what it is today. So I went onto Amazon and I looked up books that had 5-star ratings that were also under $1. I mean, I looked up a ton of books and I figured if they had 5 stars and they were less than $1 at the time, then, and I don't know if you could do that now because it's not just a used bookstore anymore, but I found a ton of books that were less than $1 that were 5 stars, that were I think it was like 4.5 stars or 5 stars. Anyway, if it was 5 stars and it was less than $1, I bought it. And I think I bought like 10 books or so. And I figured if by reading these books, I found things that were repeated from book to book to book, then it must be a real estate truth. Because the reality is this. In real estate investing, there's not a whole lot of new stuff. It's just recycled old stuff. Like somebody practices something 20, 30 years ago, then when somebody else finds it, researches it, and says, oh my goodness, this is great. And then they sell that same idea for $10,000 to $20,000 to you, which is the whole reason why I have this channel, is to make it so you don't have to pay that 10 to 20 grand to some guru that found some old technique, or that found a new technique to get around some laws or rules that are currently in place. So that's how I first started. I also took a Real Estate 101 class at my local community college. The community colleges are extremely cheap for your local area. Mine at the time, I think, was $26 a credit hour, and I think it was a 3 credit hour class. So I took this Real Estate 101 class. It was probably $100. I mean, it was nothing compared to all the other things that I've paid for in learning how to invest in real estate. Especially the money I've spent on properties that should have earned me money and didn't. That's more education too. So how would I start out? I would go and get books. I would read them. I would also get some kind of local class. I would not go to a guru. I would not spend thousands of dollars at a seminar at all. Now, if they want to have some kind of seminar where you get to learn a concept and they actually will spill the beans on some stuff, great, take some notes. But I tell you, when you go to those seminars, what they're going to do is they're going to upsell you like mad. They're going to say, well, here's part of the information. If you really want to get the rest of the information, pay an extra $5 grand for a weekend, or pay an extra 10 grand for a week, or 20 grand for an experience with me, or whatever. It's going to be, are you going to get everything that you hope to get out of it? No. You'd get the same information out of a book, out of the videos that I produce for you, or just by going and talking to an investor and learning how they do it. The reality is, it's buy, it's fix up, it's rent it out, it's refinance the property, and then repeat it again, go out and buy some more property. I mean, that's how a lot of people get wealthy in real estate. That's how a lot of people just make their living covered where they can retire. It's not always about getting filthy rich in real estate. Sometimes it's just being able to create the lifestyle that you want, that you can enjoy. Here I'm sitting in northern Georgia, near Tennessee, and it's a vacation rental during the middle of COVID-19 where I don't have a care in the world. Talk about social distancing. My next neighbor is, I don't know, hundreds of feet away, if that, and I'm in a very small town. We've been going out every day to mountains and waterfalls on hikes, and I have a large family, and it's been wonderful. So real estate investing can give you the security that you need to do whatever you want, but you just have to learn it first. Don't just jump in knowing nothing. Now, there's several ways you can learn. You can talk to a realtor and they will help teach you up. But the problem with that is if you go just to the first realtor you see, even if you know the person, quite often that realtor is also pushing really hard to advance their career. Maybe they have only sold 1 or 2 properties before in their career. They may not know a whole lot. So when it comes to the books, you're more likely to find somebody who has actually put into practice the things that they taught or that they teach. It's pretty rare that the person who writes a book doesn't know anything about real estate when they're writing about real estate. So if they have 5 stars, that means other people have read it, they've put it into practice, they like the information they got, or you have people that are already somewhat gurus that are just tightening up their own information and learning more from other people. Because you'll see education is huge in the real estate investing community. The more you can keep progressing in that, the more that you can keep learning, the better investor you're going to be, the wiser investor you're going to be. So unfortunately, even if you don't like to read, books is going to be the way to go. If you don't like to read and you like to be in front of somebody, well, going to a lecture or taking a class at your community college is going to be great, or just watching my videos and asking me questions down below so that I can answer them for you. So, and on that note, if you do have any questions, put it down below. Don't forget to subscribe because I come out with stuff all the time. And I'll see you next time.